All right, just making sure everything is going to the right spot. All right, so I can have the chat up. All right, give me just a second, guys. Making sure we're good to go. That's what I was watching earlier. All right, let's go ahead and get rolling. All right, guys. So this is, excuse me, getting the chat pulled up over here, but this is our school platform, guys, to where I work with a handful of athletes to help them, not just with their jiu-jitsu, but specifically with lapel guard, help them get better faster. So what we're going to do is we're going to kill two birds with one stone. Wow, one stone today, and I'm going to get some of my film review done for some of these athletes, and I'm going to make some content for you guys today as well. So if you guys are interested in checking out the school platform to get some help with your jiu-jitsu, for me being your step coach, check out the link down below, guys. It actually gets you set up with a 7-day free trial to help you guys be able to get better jiu-jitsu faster. But this is basically the overview of it. You guys will notice in here in the classroom area that I actually have my entire lapel guard instructional in here for the lapel zombie system. I actually add more content to this, whether it's sparring breakdowns or going into new upcoming content soon. This is also something that I update quite consistently. So you guys will notice there's a lot of different areas here where you guys can ask questions, general chat, having fun, and specifically in our community sparring, where people will post their sparring content, get help from the community, and obviously myself as well. And then you have my sparring content, which you'll get on all levels for the school group. So with this, you'll have a lot of my sparring film, and I'll put commentary with it and all that fun stuff, along with my actual film study and any of my jiu-jitsu tournaments that I compete in. So let's go and jump into this, guys. These ones I actually have not reviewed yet, so you guys are going to be seeing this for the first time as well. This is one of our athletes in our group, Eric. Eric is actually, he's got good jiu-jitsu. Kid is super fast and super dangerous. Obviously, I know this from actually firsthand experience watching him while I was coaching one of my athletes. His name's Ethan. Very dangerous, very talented purple belt. And Ethan was able to come on top of this match, but Eric was looking for the kill, and that is Ethan's personality as well. It's definitely how he not just competes, but it's also how he trains as well. So let's go and hop in this first one. Eric gave us this one. Looks like he went to a local Fuji and got double gold. So this is actually the expert division. So for expert division, guys, just so you understand, for those of you that haven't done Fuji before, the expert division is like the absolute. And this is our guy right here, Eric. He's in the white gi. And let's see how this match starts off. Good collar grips. And this is when we go through and we review sparring film, just know this too, guys. Like, feedback is feedback. This is not anything that I'm going to be giving Eric is not going to be it's obviously not like an attack on him. It's not saying his jiu-jitsu is not good, because he's actually got good jiu-jitsu. But the biggest factor this dude's got is that he's very dangerous. He's like a boxer that has real crazy knockout power. So what's up, Sean? I actually got the chat off to the side here. I need to get a better setup going here. But he does a good job making the grip right off the bat. But you guys will notice as he makes this grip, watch what he does here. He keeps pushing and walking it back. So we got to think about what the potential outcomes here, because I'm always thinking like risk to reward profile when I'm doing jiu-jitsu. Like, what's going to give me the um, best outcome that I'm looking for? So it's like jiu-jitsu is a game of probability. If I'm pushing this guy this way, God forbid the guy is a judo black belt, what's going to happen? I'm going to go flying, right? I'm going to get sent into the sky, and I'm going to learn how to unwillingly fly. But in this scenario, we actually give our boy an opportunity to pull guard. Now, this could go a couple different ways, though. Eric may have actually been wanting to play on top, or he just doesn't care. fine outcome, right? This ends up going the direction Eric wants. So this feedback we were just talking about right here, again, it's improving our level of jiu-jitsu in the context that it's going to give us a better probable outcome. Because Eric doing this rolled the dice. Went incredible. Looks like he's getting exactly where he wants to be, assuming he wants to pass guard. Judo black belt, though, you're going to go into outer space. Looks like he makes good space. Actually gets a nice little guard pass there. So you'll see here, he's almost in like the medium distance range. He goes far distance, walks around this poor soul's guard, and gets an incredible chest to chest here. And look, adjusting his grips right through here. Looks like he was thinking about maybe going straight for an Ezekiel. Straight to mount. And there's the Ezekiel. And he gets the finish. I will tell you, this is good. I want to be very clear. This is good. This is about like what can be better. And I'm always coaching my athletes to understand, like, we don't care if our technique works. We only care about who it works against. So this is more like accounting as if like every match I have, every sparring round I have, I'm doing jiu-jitsu in the context of that I'm fighting the best in the world that's going to give me the strongest reactions. We're not going to see Rafa Mendez laying on his back with the hips facing the opposite direction, holding us to them. Not going to happen, right? But we still want to react in a way that is if we are fighting, like, obviously the best in the world. So when you're looking here, he does a good job controlling, pinning. I don't hate going straight to mount. This is just more my preference. I like to control, test to see if I can get knee on belly if the guy's not freaking out. But then I will transition him out. Now, I do really love and admire how this dude hunts for the submission non-freaking stop. And I don't think it's bad to go straight for it because the Ezekiel is not like a high-risk submission attempt, especially from mount, that you got to worry about getting rolled over at all. But anytime I get mount, mount is a dangerous position, and people do not want to be in there. But I would just make sure, if you are going to do this, that your base is 100% good and you're ready to go. Because even if you get the Ezekiel locked up and he rolls you over and you're in close guard, it's almost no harm, no foul. You're going to get an advantage, worst case scenario, for the submission attempt. He gets no points because it's a reversal and you're in close guard. My thought, when we get mount, we finish for mount. You clearly do that here. It's an incredible job. But the thing I want to point out is secure the mount position. This is obviously a tournament. This whole match, 38 seconds long. So this is your first match. Woo, you're moving a lot, dude. I would just get mount, relax, control the position, make the guy like reconsider, was this a good idea registering for this tournament? Make him think about doing soccer instead next time. And just like enjoy the match a little bit more. Fast submissions, you could definitely enjoy the match, and I think it's incredible. But I would really think about, from a strategic perspective at a tournament, if you know you have more matches after this, take your time, control the mount position, and then get the Ezekiel. I love finishing the Ezekiel from, I'm assuming that's close guard, because I do not know what close guard is, like clothing, when they roll. I use it to... Yeah, I mean, there's almost no losing in that scenario. The only thing I would advocate is that my mindset is if I get mount, let me rephrase that. When I get mount, I'm finishing a mount. Unless I need points and I choose to take the back. They don't get to give up mount and give up their back, and I have to take their back. This is more of a mindset type deal. But I just want to be consistent here. Sparring and training is meant to get better, right? So like, I don't mind. I'll actually give up mount sometimes to work more of my close guard, whether it's like gubber guard or like the lapel, like zombie attacks. Dude, I can just tell this is mean. Mean. The grapevine in there as well is... But I will tell you this too. I watched Eric compete. That dude does not get tired. He does not. But he's also, this is 165 and above. He competed against Ethan. Ethan's about like 140. And this was at actually a local Fuji around here. And there was nobody in Ethan's weight class. I think Eric is a weight class above Ethan. But Ethan went up to, I think it was a 230 because there was no other purple belts. And he wanted to get matches. A little bit of feedback in the mic. Let me see if I can fix that. What about now? Is there feedback? All right. Feedback should be hopefully good now. If not, it's because of the mic that I'm using, and we will fix that. Oh, looky here. We got another 46-second match. No, it's not better. Oh, I understand. Maybe it's the blanket. Because your boy is a little chilly willy. Oh, no, it is. It is fixed. What? Better, sorry. Okay, good. I was worried I was going to have to get rid of my blanket, dude. It is cold outside. And I know you don't have Missouri weather, but our weather is like so crazy bipolar. It'll be really cold and then really freaking warm out of nowhere. Like we've had 30-degree weather, then it was 68. It's freaking insane. All right, let's go to this next match. This one's 46 seconds long. I mean, just from this still shot, it looks like it's going to be an insane match. And we get to look at it sideways. There was a lot that just happened just then. Let's try that again. This is not the match. This is the one we just watched. Okay, let's go to the next one. Holy cow. Not only is the match chaotic, but the filming is chaotic. It's a good takedown. I like ankle locks, guys. Falling back on an ankle lock from top, again, I want to make sure I'm not talking out of two sides of my mouth. But if the match calls for it, I will fall back on an ankle lock. But if I'm on top, I'm staying on top, progressing my position, and finding the submission. With that being said, I don't know if I would ever fall back on a Woj lock. Because if you guys look here, he has this leg cross body. And the Woj lock is a very strong submission that you can do some very catastrophic damage. But I don't think I would ever fall back on a Woj lock. If you have the opportunity of a Woj lock, you have the opportunity from top. You have the opportunity of entering leg drag and passing the guard. And that's what I would 100% advise. But yes, it looks like Eric is speed running this tournament. I think you're 100% right, Sean. So let's go and hop back a second, which looks like it's the majority of the match. He did double ankle sweep, so I guess not quite. His mechanics, I can't quite see if the heel's in the chest, and Steven Spielberg has to be filming for him right now. Okay. Let me see if I can see how much it... So, this is close. The worry about the way that it looks like Eric's doing this right now, it's going to put a lot of pressure on the shin. It's not that you can't tap somebody by putting pressure on the shin like that. The trouble is actually doing a significant enough damage that if they don't tap, it's going to impede their ability to compete against you. So when you're Woj locking, you want the heel actually on your pec because it's almost like a reverse Aoki lock kind of toe hold is what the actual breaking mechanics are. So in this situation, I'd keep your left arm through, take your right hand, which is the bottom arm, and like do almost like a little C grip, but your thumb is behind the knee to push the knee further out, which will bring the heel more on the pec. Then you're gonna have really nice finishing mechanics. But the goal is not to tap. The goal is to do catastrophic damage. You guys have to understand as well, I'm thinking in the context of the black belt adult level to where people will not tap. And there are people at blue, purple, brown that are the exact same. Because Ethan's had a lot of matches at guys that will not tap, and he's had to really injure these guys. So let's see if we finish here. I'm betting we do. Ooh. I'm curious if the heel got on the rib here. This might be, guys, I think this is a lot of shin pressure. I wouldn't pull that up there, buddy. Oh. Oh, now the heel. Okay. That was all shin pressure. But then once he readjusts, watch how the heel here. Yep. Now the heel goes straight towards the kind of the pec area. It could be kind of floating rib area. I just realized I'm rubbing on my chest where it should be. And I looked at where my head is on the camera. You guys haven't seen any of that. So I've just basically been rubbing my pec for no reason at all. But you want it like right just below your pec is what you're looking for. But once he actually gets the finish here, watch. You see where the heel was? Oh, dude, this poor guy's having to relive this over and over again if he's watching. Oh, I didn't get it again. Okay, see where the heel is? A lot of pressure on the shin. The heel right here, once he adjusts, you're going to see this heel disappear to where all you see is toes. This is like the visual indicator that they actually have. I just feel bad. I declined my mom's phone call. I'm going to have to call her back. This is when you know the submission's on. It's actually a really good match. Just for an example too, guys, what I would do after I review somebody's film, which obviously here it is for Eric, I would actually put in the comments what are some of my feedback, observations, and all that fun stuff. But Eric, that was a really good match, man. Congratulations on speed running that local Fuji tournament. All right, so now we're going to run over to Todd. Todd's actually been in our group. Dude's been doing a really good job. I actually really enjoy watching him. I haven't seen much of Todd's gi. This guy's been sending a lot of no-gi, which we like no-gi, guys, because jiu-jitsu is jiu-jitsu. But we all know the gi is better. So this is actually shortly after the break we all had during New Year's. So this is him kind of getting back in the rhythm. And generally, let's see what happens here. This looks like it's just like a loose sparring round. I'm actually going to put this on 1.5, and then we'll slow it down once we see something we can work with here. And Todd did tell me in this that this is him just kind of getting back in the rhythm. So it looks like it's just kind of, I don't want to say going through the motions, but getting some good sparring in. But what I ask for generally with the sparring is that you give me like an idea of like what were your objectives, what are your goals, what are you looking for? So number one, if we didn't get there, what are some things we could have done better to get there? Obviously maybe camera angle would help quite a bit. Hey, looky there, what timing we've got. I like the overhook from close guard. Obviously you transition to a different off balance, but anytime that we get the overhook from close guard, our biggest goal, slow this down. Our biggest goal is to actually get off angle. So if his left arm is through controlling the arm, he wants to get off to his right hip. All of our offense is going to come from the opposite hip. So in this scenario, you have sweeps, but you have a lot of submission opportunities from the overhook from close guard. If we're flat on our back, this actually works better to the advantage of the person on top. But it looks like Todd here actually gets a pretty good little off balance to the overhook side. Almost had that arm drag over. I'm not a big fan of grabbing over the head if they have an underhook on that side. But ooh, we have an opportunity to come out around to the back. Let's let him cook. I like that seatbelt grip right there. And then he comes around to the back and gets the half Nelson. I like it. Todd, I need you to tell me, have you wrestled? Because my friend, I was just about to say go for the claw grip. I don't know what you guys call it. But when you grab under the armpit to the opposite neck and spiral, this guy, Todd, you've wrestled. Nice. Chest to the back, hips behind hips. Pull this knee a little bit more out. Your hips are draped a little bit off to the side. You got to be careful with that. Let's see if Todd adjusts it. Let's see if he adjusts it. Come on, Todd. You're doing a good job. Woo! Not even the beard can save this guy. Half Nelson? What'd I call it? Guys, ADHD. I'm thinking one word, sometimes I say the other. What did I call it? It's definitely called a half Nelson, but I'm second guessing myself now. I probably called it something wrong. Oh, so the claw? No, so okay, so let me make sure we got this right. Right. That. Let's see, he does it here and say, hold on. When he takes his arm under the armpit, no. No. Okay, let's go again. So Todd does a great job capturing this arm. And he's about to come up on top. Look at this. Builds height. And then right here. So what I define as a half Nelson, this right here. Okay? Here in a second. Hold on. Oh, what? No, my mom messed me up. Okay, right there. That is what I call a claw. So if the arm goes under the armpit into the opposite neck, I've always been told it's the claw. Half Nelson is the same side neck. Both have two different intended mechanics. This is a good job, Todd. The only thing I would say, you're doing a good job chest to the back, maybe a little more center, but these hips, you see how you're tilted? Bring it behind the hips. And this doesn't matter, guys, if it's like, if you're going against a white belt or someone who's not as good as you, still practice using the correct mechanics because like whatever you build a habit doing, you will forever do. Well, you can always fix it. That was good. That was good. Let's see. Almost felt like you're trying to do like a Craig Jones style off balance. All right. So because you haven't adjusted yet, I'm going to go ahead and say this. The gable grip, when you're doing like a shoulder crunch, is good. The only thing that's better than a gable grip is what I've heard Gordon talk about is wrist to wrist. So if I'm on the left side, palm up. Right side, right palm up. So I'm here. I'm not gable. I'm wrist to wrist. And I'm pulling my wrist to my chest. That will make it stronger. But I will tell you the gable is strong. But wrist to wrist is quite a bit stronger. I like it. Let's see how we do. Let's let him cook. Okay. That was like using concepts from the Lapel de Plata to finish. That was actually really good. I do want to point this out. This may not have been your goal. Let's go a hair back. But once you get this angle right here, if you're tight to this guy, right, assuming you're controlling this arm well, you can bring this knee to the inside to where this foot's going to hook like behind the lat. And you actually have a really good armbar opportunity there. You just got to make sure that as he rolls through, your knees are pinched tight, curling your heels to your butt. But even if he steps overhead, there's a really nasty armbar that I don't know how I'm going to put it into words. But it's a variation that I've seen Rafa Mendez do a lot. And it's one I picked up from him a long time ago. But this actually looks like you do a really good job. I'm actually kind of jealous that you did this. The guy kind of did it to himself, but we take advantage of the opportunities that they give us. And it cuts off. I wanted to know what happened here. After watching you, Todd, my bet is you came on top. You got it. Okay. All right, guys. For this last little bit, I'm going to show you guys a little bit of my sparring so you guys can get a bit of a preview. This is against one of my athletes, Ethan. Ethan Cummings, very dangerous purple belt, guys. He's a light feather. You have to respect this dude. Like, when I roll with him, I'm worried about getting injured. Like, I trust him, but he is very submission heavy, very nasty. All right, so I'm looking to hopefully get control of his pants, but a lot of times like this, guys, his hand fighting is really dangerous, and we've sparred too many times, dude. I was actually about to, excuse me, hop over with my bottom leg to the other side to create a passing opportunity, but he does a really good job defending here. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this guy, but he's one of my friends, really talented black belt named Sebastian Serpa. We call it the Serpa spin. But in this scenario, guys, I give you a really good example of how to defend the Serpa, because what he's trying to do, he's trying to get under me, which he's doing a decent job of, but he wants to isolate this leg, and he pulls me into like not 50-50, but think 50-50, but instead of your foot being past the hip, it's like under my thigh. It's a very dangerous position. I'm using my knee to keep his legs crossed, and then I take my hand to control the legs. Because the whole idea here is I want to keep his legs disengaged as best I can. Now, you see my arm go around to grip. This is the pants I'm gripping. Let's not be teenagers and be thinking I'm gripping anything else. But when my arm goes in front of the quad, he's gonna end up kicking this off, because I'm anticipating he's gonna kick this arm off to escape his bottom leg, which will give him an opportunity to potentially attack the matrix. If though I'm controlling in front of the shin, controlling the bottom pants, when he brings his knee back to his chest after kicking this arm off, my arm is blocking. See what happened there? Boom. He's still going over my back. I'm regripping. I gripped at the knee as opposed to controlling the ankle, because then I can keep his legs further away. Again, I'm controlling the feet, taking my time here. I'm pulling up slightly. The reason why I'm pulling up slightly is because in order for him to invert, to get his hips high, he has to get his pinky toe to the ground, which he's doing a good job of, but his knee also has to end up going to the mat. If for his hips to go up, this knee will rotate towards the mat. So with this pant grip, if I'm pulling the knee up, he can't do it. So Ethan's doing what? Intelligently about to kick my grip off. So I switch grips anticipating this as he kicks off, and I just keep rotating down. I'm the whole time, guys, thinking about how can I make this as difficult as possible on my opponent. This is where we keep walking my hands, keeping my butt back, because the more my hip is on his shoulder, the more I'm going to have a better opportunity of pinning his upper body. Ethan's doing a really good job here, though. This was a very annoying position. Then I'm controlling the leg, pinching, driving my hips in, and I was testing to see if I can windshield wiper here. Because if I lose control over this leg, guys, he's going up and around and to my back. And I promise you, if I did not just do this detail right here, because keep in mind, I'm pinning this leg. It's not that I'm worried about my arm pinning the leg. I'm worried about the outcome I'm trying to produce here. So then I take my leg, watch when I take my right foot, and we pin behind the knee. Why did I not pin the ankle? Because he can still build height with it. Because if I pin the ankle, he stands up, my foot slides off. My foot behind the knee, kind of like think upper calf, can't do it. So I build height, exchange my feet, but look how I went from pinning the calf to then pinning his thigh. Watch what happens here. Behind the knee, build height, on the thigh. Because if I pin the thigh down, what has to happen to his hips? His hips have to go down towards the ground. Knee connected to the hip and put in place, which will be able to build height. Yes. 100% Sean. And then I take the leg weave. And I have to be careful here, guys. I'm being super patient and as methodical as possible. And I would do this against any black belt, but I especially have to do this against Ethan. And one of the reasons why I love training with guys like Ethan started with me, guys, like 4 years ago. It's crazy he's gotten this good in 4 years. But one mistake can domino so many other bad situations. Taking my time. Let's go on a little quicker here. Get to the next transition. And I'm trying to pin this top leg using my hip to pin his hip, because then he's going to have a harder time building height. He's going to want to push this leg away, which he is trying to do, build height, and then get his guard back. He's very dangerous at this, guys. This match is almost an unfair representation of how good Ethan is. Let's go and speed this up a hair. And all I'm doing here, guys, is taking my time. I'm actually bringing my knee up higher. If you guys see this here. I bring my knee up right by his hip because similar to the wedging back take, when I do like a knee lever type movement, look how I lift his hip up and I'll get an opportunity to take the back. But Ethan does a good freaking job defending. So I get my other hook, take him over, top hook, and there we go. Oh, does this little turd actually get out? He does. All right, we'll let Ethan have a good moment here. Because I'm actually looking for an opportunity to peel, but he's doing a really good job turning here. And he gets back up on top. Let's see what happens from close guard here. Oh. I get the lapel fed with this underhook. Let's see if I go for it. There is a nasty back take that Kyle Terra taught me from here. Oh. And he's trying to get that underhook back because I think he knows it's coming. I don't even remember if I go for this, guys. There's Doi. Any of you have watched any of our YouTube videos, the famous redhead, and he escapes it. Holy frick. His knees have a very magical way of finding ways of getting into places they shouldn't go. Oh, this little shenanigans. I actually don't remember parts of these rounds, guys. This is why it's so important to film. Like, I remember this day. I remember sparring, but I don't remember what happens here. That is actually one detail, guys, for any Lapel Guard concepts. It's really important. Look how my knee is on the outside of my elbow. I actually want my knee on the inside of my elbow because there's unneeded tension that gets put on your knee, and you have no ability of off-balancing your partner this way if your knee is on the outside of your elbow. So look how when I'm able to make this adjustment, it's more about angle. Then I get my knee to the inside of my elbow. And then you'll notice here, my foot's not in a bad spot of the lapel, but the further my foot gets up towards the armpit in the lapel, the stronger fulcrum I have. And that's when the end of the round is. I'm not sure what happens with these other ones. This is with Doi. We all love Doi, but Doi is awesome. We'll just look over one of these exchanges, and then we'll wrap up, guys. Doi actually does a pretty good job of slowing down offense. The biggest thing we're working on Doi right now is actually getting to an offensive cycle. Like, he's got quite a bit of experience sparring myself and Ethan, and he slows it down pretty well. But, oh, here we go for that back take again. This time, I get it. Let's go. All right, guys. All right, so that's what I got for you guys today with the live stream. I will tell you, this is our school group, guys. If you're interested in me being your step coach, watching your sparring film with you, if you guys want to take your lapel guard to the next level, consider joining the Lapel Guard Syndicate Group. It's in the link down below in the school. But with this group, guys, you get a 7-day trial if you guys want it. You guys also have availability of getting access to my instructional, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like and comment, and let me know what you guys would like to see next in our next videos. Everybody who's in here, guys, have a good day. Sean, it was good chatting with you. Take it easy, guys.